Thank you. Yes. Thank you very much. Wow. Okay. Clearly a lot of Canadians have flown in from abroad and haven't known what's going on. But thank you. I'm here, Cameron, thank you very much. I'm here to take credit for, all those decisions that Justin and the government took. Seriously, I'm here to reinforce the commitment. And honestly, it's a great honor. I've been in those seats. It is a great honor to be up here, particularly on the 50th anniversary of the Toronto International Film Festival. For half a century, extending the invitation to the world accepting, bring us your stories, and we'll share ours. The role of Toronto's role as one of the world's cinematic capitals is a product of hard work over those decades, and there's too many people to list, and I'm going to get in trouble because I'm going to list some of them. Bill Marshall, Dusty Cole, Hank Vanderkolk, the vision and vigor of Piers Handling, and of course, Cameron Bailey. And the dedication of literally thousands of volunteers, staff, patrons who've invested in this project. Brought Canada and the world closer together, drawing nearly 500,000 people to Toronto each year, 500,000 people to Toronto each year. Generating, of course I'm an accountant, generating more than 240 million for the Canadian economy. It is an unparalleled success story. It's a testament to those who forged it. And I'd suggest it's also a testament to part of what makes Canada unique. C'est vrai, c'est ça? Oui. Le Festival international de films de Toronto célèbre nos talents et nos histoires. Son écran est un miroir qui reflète la résilience, la diversité et la créativité des Canadiens et Canadiennes. Une fenêtre à travers laquelle apprendre à nous connaître. At TIFF, Canada and the world becomes one. Now, in fairness, Toronto has a head start, since almost half of the people who live here were born outside of this country. Bringing the stories of their homelands, the stories of their journeys, their triumphs and tragedies here, and then being united by the values that Canadians hold dear: tolerance, generosity, and humility. These are values we're about to see evident on the screen when we watch John Candy, I Like Me, a documentary about the life and legacy of one of our giants, someone who's very much part of Canada's story. And I'd like to thank Ryan Reynolds, Colin Hanks, the producers, for bringing this story to life. Chris and Jennifer, thank you for sharing your father again with us. And Rose, your husband. I was first introduced, like many of a certain age, it has to be said, I was first introduced to John Candy watching SCTV. Yeah. I mean, they only gave me 5 minutes, so I can't go through all the talent that was launched there. Catherine O'Hara, Martin Short, Joe Flaherty, Eugene Levy, and on. My favorite was John Candy. I'm a politician. I wouldn't just say that because I'm here. My favorite was John Candy, and I remember the excitement when SCTV moved from Hogtown to my hometown of Edmonton. And it was there that John Candy created some, at least for me, some of his most memorable characters. Johnny LaRue, restaurant critic and mobster. Yosh of the Smengi brothers. And my first personal political idol, Mayor the mayor of Melonville, Tommy Shanks. And you could see, even in those early performances, that John's success wasn't built on ego or spectacle, but a one-of-a-kind combination of humor, humanity, and humility that he brought to the screen. So in later roles, from Dewey Oxenberger, from Stripes, Del Griffith, of course, in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, he had characters that he would craft that were both unconventional and unassuming, but also deeply authentic and quietly ambitious. And in many of his films, there'd be a scene, always a scene where John would pivot. Having been pushed too far, don't push a Canadian too far, having been pushed too far, pushed too far by someone who's richer, someone who's more powerful, maybe a little more arrogant, I don't know, I can't think of an analogy. And John would stand up for what's right. And I think this is apt because, you know, John's stories, the stories he'd tell, the stories that TIFF platforms, our current times make them all the more precious. We're in a more dangerous, divided, and intolerant world. In Canada, our sovereignty, our identity has come under threat. And when Canadians heard those threats, they channeled their inner John Candy, stood up, elbows up, wrote our own lines. Cela nous rappelle que nous sommes maîtres chez nous. We have our own plans. I'm almost done, don't worry. I'm almost done because there's a movie to watch. As Uncle Buck said, I spent a lot of time on this speech. As Uncle Buck said, I don't think I want to know a 6-year-old who isn't a dreamer. Okay? Shimon Peres, I don't think he saw Uncle Buck, but he expanded on this. And he said, and I quote, "A young person is someone whose dreams are bigger than their accomplishments." Okay. Canada is a story whose best chapters are yet to be written, not least because we're a country that welcomes the world's storytellers, celebrates their stories, and grows with them. So TIFF at 50 is just starting out. Thank you for the honor of helping to open this. Merci. Enjoy the film. Et vive le Canada!